Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's Mercy here. I'm a Douala based YouTuber. So guys, in today's video, as you guys can see from the caption, I'm going to tell you what happened to me 5 years ago. Not five, like more than 5 years ago. And this happened to me while I was still, I think that was my first year in the university. What I'm about to share with you guys today is going to be a little lesson, because there are some things we neglect out of ignorance, but meanwhile it means a lot to the other partner, and some of these things can really cause your breakup or something. Just little things like this do matter. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my experience with you guys, and it's going to be a story time. As you guys can see from the title, I think I've said that already, but yeah, if you want to know what happened to me a couple of years back, okay, definitely keep watching. Guys, this happened to me in my first year in the university. I did not go to the university as university. I actually did professional studies in marketing. One day a friend of mine walked up to me and she was like, "Hey Mercy, my cousin who works in Bafusam, he's a banker, saw your picture in my phone and he's so much interested in you. He will not allow my head to breathe or my ears to breathe, and he wants to date you." So I was kind of scared and happy at the same time, because this has never happened to me before. Like, for the most part, boys always walk up to me, you know, that, "Hi, I want to have a relationship with you." But this actually my first time somebody actually approaching me through that way, if that makes sense. I was a little bit scared again, because this guy is a big guy, you understand. So I was just a student. I've never dated a working class guy before, or no working class guy has ever walked up to me. So I was kind of shy, at the same time timid, at the same time anxious, at the same time just I don't even know what to say. When she told me, I was like, okay, I have heard, but there's no way I'm going to travel to Bafusam, because she mentioned something like he wants me to come over to Bafusam to spend the weekend with him. So I'm like, "I'm sorry girl, I cannot really go that. I cannot really travel to Bafusam. What am I even going to tell my elder brother?" Because then I was living with my elder brother. I was like, what am I even going to tell my elder brother? I've never slept out of the house, like a whole weekend out of his house. And more to that, this is a stranger. I've never met this guy before, you understand. What if something happens to me along the way, maybe accident? What will I even tell my people? What will I even tell my parents? That was a huge risk, you understand. But you guys, something must kill a man. Something must definitely kill a man. Douala to Bafusam is a 4-hour journey, and you know, it's not like I'm going to Limbe. Limbe is like 45 to 50 minutes. I can always do like to and fro if yawa gas, you understand. So this is like a whole day spent. So she was like, "No, my cousin is a good guy, he's a nice guy, he's going to take good care of you." And trust me, this guy was so handsome, he's so clean. Oh my god. In fact, let me just continue, okay. I was a family friend to this family, and she had to tell her mom to talk to me, to convince me to take this trip to Bafusam. So one evening her mom called me. So her mom was like, "Muke, why are you like resist? Why don't you want to go over to Bafusam and meet Frank?" Let's just assume his name is Frank. So anytime you hear Frank, know that I'm referring to him. So she was like, she just tried to convince me that Frank is a good man, he's going to take good care of you. She was just there convincing me, like, no, just keep a positive mind, and you know, just go and try your luck. You can never tell, you might be his, you know, Mrs. Right. Okay, just go and try your luck. Frank and I were always chatting over the phone, you know, just getting to know each other, until we finally fixed a date when I was going to travel over to Bafusam to meet him. That day I was just calculating, like, what excuse am I even going to tell my elder brother? Because you guys know I was living with my elder brother then. I was living with him, then I'm going to school. And you guys, from my house to campus is very far. It's about 30 to 45 minutes. It's really far. So I had to cook up something, okay? I had to cook up something to convince my brother, because he's a very, very strict person. If not about education, just forget. I will barely go out on like this campus parties. I was not attending any. Hey, when I become this, maybe this sponsor me. Grandfather no one leave my rest. I had to come up with something like a very valid excuse as to why I have to take this trip. So I told my elder brother that you see, grandfriend, we have these important lectures in the morning by 6 a.m. and there's no way I can leave Bolamusa, then I'm going to school by 5 p.m. by 5 a.m. It's going to be risky for me. So I would suggest that I spend the night in one of my friends' place at the hostel around the school campus, so that I'll be able to meet up with these lectures, these early morning lectures. He was like, okay. All right, you can go, you can spend the night there. If it's about your education, I don't have any problem, but don't come and be telling me parties this, parties that, because I'm sorry, you're not going to attend any. So that was the only way. Mommy, don't be that crooker. So that was how I managed to convince my elder brother, and I took that trip to Bafoussam. It's a 4 hours journey. So I traveled to Bafoussam. When I arrived at the park, I called Frank. Frank came over and he picked me up, and he went and dropped me over to the house, because that was around his break time, because I arrived Bafoussam around 11:30 a.m. so that was around his break time. He could come out and pick me up. So he came out and picked me up and went and dropped me over to the house. Then he was like, okay, just say, guys, when I saw Frank, oh my god, he was so cute. In person, he was even cuter in person. Okay, so I was just so excited. He told me to just feel free, feel comfortable, this is your home, that kind of. I was like, hey, madam thinks. So he went back to work. By 7 p.m. he had closed from work. Then we just sat at home chatting. So the next day he wanted me to cook. So he wanted me to cook hot pot, okay, potato porridge. Guys, I have never been so nervous in my entire life. As in, have you ever been so nervous that you don't even know how to cook again? Even to boil water, you don't even know how to boil water. You guys, I was so nervous. I was more nervous because I've never been to Bafoussam before. I didn't even know my way about. I didn't even know the market. We drove to the market. I bought the things. Then he told me how I was going to find my way back to the house. Guys, when I go back to the house, I did not even know how to even start. I was so nervous. Like, I have never cooked for a man before in my life. I had to call a friend of mine. I called her. I was like, mommy, I beg, I don't forget her for cook porridge. She burst into life like, Mukia, you cannot even cook porridge. I said, my son, don't live and so. I did forget a house. I cannot cook. I cannot even cook right now. Then she started like reminding me. Then I remember, okay, I'm like, okay, oh Jesus, mango fit. So I managed to prepare the food and everything was good. It tasted so delicious. So when he came back to the house after work, I think that was a Saturday morning, he worked from 8 a.m. to midday. So he closed and he came home and he ate, and we're just sitting and chatting and discussing until around 6 p.m. when football, I don't remember the team, his team, okay, I can't remember. I don't know if it was Manchester or it's Chelsea or which one, I cannot remember then. So he was like, I would like us to sit and watch this match together. Guys, I'm not a fan of football. Like, I'm not a fan of football. I love basketball, I love volleyball, but I'm not a fan of soccer. As in, I'm not a fan. So I told him that I'm sorry, I cannot really like sit and watch this football match with you. I'll prefer to go to the room and just have my rest. He was like, no, please just come and sit down. I will really enjoy both of us to sit and watch this match together. Me too. I'm like, where's Frank? I cannot really like sit and watch this match today. I'm not a fan of football. It's just going to be so boring. I don't know if it's that boring part that it made things not to work out between us, but anyways, so at the end of the day he watched the match by himself and I went to the bedroom. While he was done with his match, he came over to the bed. He was like, I'm so disappointed. I would have really loved that we watched this match together. I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry, but next time when I come, I promise we'll watch the match together, okay? So I managed to convince him. In my mind, I thought, okay, he had forgiven me, you know, everything was okay. Next day was Sunday and I was supposed to return back to Douala. So when I returned back to Douala, I realized that everything changed. He did not even bother to call me if I had arrived Douala or not. He did not bother to check on me. Days passed, weeks passed, months passed. I will call Frank will not pick his calls, or even when he picks, he will not even say a word. I will send him text messages, nothing. I'm like, even if I do now wait again, I did not kill it. I did not kill anybody. It wasn't like my food was not nice. You enjoyed the food, you ate every bit of that meal. So what is the matter? I went over to my friend and I complained to her that I'm a little bit disappointed because I don't know what I've done to your cousin, that since I returned back from Bafusam, he has not bothered to find out if I arrived Douala safely or not. No calls, nothing. He did not return my calls or reply my text messages, nothing. My friend spoke to his brother and his brother only told her why he was reacting the way he reacted after a couple of months later. Mercy, you see, when I spoke to my brother, he was like, Frank complained that I did not sit with him to watch the football, which is one of his best moments when he has to spend time with any girl. I think that was the only reason why he acted the way he did, because it was not like he complained I did not clean the house, or he complained that my food was not good enough. For God's sake, I thought the way to a man's heart is his stomach, and I tried my best to prepare that meal as delicious as I could. In my mind, I was like, okay, this is not the man for me, because I don't understand, what do men really want? Just because I did not watch the football match with you, you tell me I am not your type. Am I not beautiful enough? Don't I cook well? So guys, that was what happened. That is how I missed that was how I lost Frank. I just wanted to just share this story with you guys, because sometimes our relationships do not work because we do not compromise to an extent. If you're in a relationship and you feel like your partner loves football or he loves watching basketball, those are moments you guys will share. That was a mistake I did, because little things do count, even if it means like just combing his hair. Men who are so emotionally attached to things like that, so you have to really pay attention to stuff like that. Okay, if you are in a relationship and you want to make your relationship work, pay attention to little things like that, and just do it for the sake of pleasing that person and not pleasing yourself. So guys, this brings me to the end of this story. Hope you learn one or two. If you find this video interesting, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.